What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Wolf Tickets, favorite nerd. Today we are looking at the SHFiguarts diorama set. Look, I'm just going to say straight away, I thought these were going to be figures, and they're not. So we're just going to kind of rush through this, get through it, and we'll take our time and talk about it. But there's not a whole lot to really judge off of. But we'll kind of tell the story as we go. Quick size comparison for everyone before we get started. There is Mario. There's that. So up first is the classic Goomba, and he has zero articulation. He's made up of looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of plastic. So the eyebrows are sculpted and molded, the eyes are painted, and then it's white and then black and then white, and then the teeth are painted, and that's it. And down here we have the, I'm gonna guess it's this. Ooh, I don't know. Either way, there's 2 layers of paint. I'm just not sure. I'm gonna guess it's, I can't tell. They do a really good job with paint. I can tell that the brown was painted on here down at the bottom, and then these are separate pieces that are glued in. It's actually one piece, one, and then down inside there, and then to the other one that's just stuck in. And, I don't think you need much articulation out of this guy, so the fact that, he doesn't do anything doesn't really bother me. Here's where the trouble really comes into paradise. This is a bummer. So the sculpt is good. The paint is good. We have white paint and then the digital paint for the eyes and the, I guess it's just the eyes, and then they leave the white out, so that's all done digitally, but it looks good. And then we have the brown lines done in there. We have the green painted onto the white with the black lines done for the shell, which is actually pretty good, but does have some flaws here and there, which I'm just not used to with this company. And then we have the soles painted, and that looks good. So he comes with this piece to allow him to stand, and that plugs into his nether regions. The problem is that he's a little forward heavy, so like you got to really take your time and make sure that just a little offset of this carpet here is causing a it's just causing him a pain. It's unfortunate. Like if these legs would have been able to rotate down so that you could stand them straight up and down, it would be so much better. And the same thing with the arms. But as it is, it's just everything's stuck in place. The arms don't rotate, which would have been nice also. The head doesn't swivel, so this is what you get. And you plug this in here and you sit it on a solid surface, and that's what he is. And that's a bummer. It's a prop. It's an accessory. This is an accessory. This isn't a toy. So that kind of bums me out. I was at Barnes & Noble, and I saw this box set, and it was $25, and I was like, oh man, that's a great deal, because usually they're $35 there, and I was like, oh, I'll grab these, so I picked it up, and I didn't pay much attention to it. If I had looked at the box and looked at it a little bit more in detail, I would tell. It's right there on the box. There's a diorama display is how they sell it, so it's my fault. I just don't want anybody to fall into the same trap that I did, so I'm pointing it out. Then we have the Ghost, and he comes on this display stand that plugs in right into the back. It's an empty slot. And then you have a hinge here, hinge here, hinge here, hinge here. So there's, but that's as far as they go. So they don't go the whole gambit. So it's still, if you want them to like kind of, be low, you got to kind of do it like this, which isn't bad. I'm just saying. He plugs in to that piece there. It's very light. The paint is great. The tongue is probably a separate piece. The mouth is all painted red. The eyes are painted black, and that's it. And this was when I got this piece out, I was like, oh wait a minute, this isn't what I was expecting. And I realized that they were all pretty much just statues. And I've kind of gotten out of the statue game. And now I kind of criticize statues sometimes, especially in the Transformer world. My buddy Deluxe, he's a big Transformer fan. I really don't want him to find out that I have bought a bunch of statues. So if you could, just don't mention it to him.
Skullface got 4 statues. Look at all this articulation, man. Hell Hasbro.
And then for the last guy, our little bullet guy here, and he has like the black finish, like the polished or the shiny finish to him. These arms don't really move. You get the slightest bit of wiggle, like maybe 5 degrees of wiggle. I will say when I got this guy out of the box initially, I grabbed his arm and snapped it and realized that it was, and I just, I was basically just took it right back to Barnes & Noble and they just swapped it out because, actually, not for nothing, fairly painless process. I just walked in there, I was like, look, this guy broke on me, I broke him, and they were like, get a new one, put him in the bag, and I walked out. That was it. It was crazy. You got the red paint. I think it's painted, maybe a piece of plastic, but either way, it looks good in there. The gray trim around the arm, so to speak, and then you have the eyes painted white. And I think even the black is painted on top of the white, so it's not like they just painted around the black in order to make the eyes. So, you get all the same articulation that you do with the Ghost here on this armature. It's a good likeness. And that's ultimately what this set is about. So look, ultimately this is my fault for not really looking into something before I bought it. But for what these are, they are cool. Like, they look nice. They'll serve their purpose on my shelf. I just, I could just kind of wish they did more. There's a lot of missed opportunities. Like, even if you could just get the Koopa to just stand, it would be cool. There's great sculpts here. There's great paint here. It's good quality materials and all that kind of stuff. It displays well. It just seems like they forced your hand into giving you no options when they really didn't need to. So I got it for 25 bucks at Barnes & Noble. I don't know. I'd say 20 bucks you'd feel okay. 15 bucks probably be a real sweet spot because it just doesn't do much, but it looks good. So I hope that helps. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.